Good morning, Center 2. Today we continue with simple present tense. Now remember, simple present tense means something that's happening in the present or something that continues to happen all the time, often, maybe every day, every week, every month, or it's just telling us something that's true. Something that would be true, an example is the sun rises every morning. That's true, rises every morning. So let's review our pronouns. We have I, you, we, and they. For these pronouns, we do not add s to the verb. For pronouns like he, she, it, we will add s. Sometimes it's going to be es, ies. We're going to get into that later. For now, we're just adding s to the verb if it's he, she, it. Now, pronouns takes the place of a noun. For example, if I want to say Nathan, I could say he. The noun is Nathan, but to replace it, I can say he. If I want to say Jamily, I can replace the name Jamily with the pronoun she. Right? So we have some sentences here that do not have in the pronouns. They have in nouns. And we're going to use the pronouns to help to guide us to figure out which form of verb we should choose. So we have here the old man reads the newspaper daily. Now our noun in this sentence is the subject as well. So that would be the man, the old man. The noun here, this is a common noun, man. What pronoun would we use to replace that? For man, will we say I? No. Will we say you? No. Will we say we? No. We does not replace the noun man. We won't say they because this is one person. We will say he. If we want to rewrite the sentence, we would say he blank the newspaper daily. So the pronoun here is he. And when it comes to he, she, it, we add an s to the verb. So this would become he if we're replacing it with the pronoun. And we know that if we use he, we have to add an s. So we would need to add an s to the verb. So this would become the old man reads the newspaper daily, because we would replace this with he, and if it's referring to he, she, or it, we need to add an s. So let's look at this one. My sister thinks music plays every 6 o'clock. So my sister, which pronoun could replace the word sister? The pronoun she, right? If I want to replace the word my sister with a pronoun, it would be she. And if we're going to use she, we need to add an s to the verb form in the simple present tense. So we will say my sister thinks, because if we're referring to she, then we need to add an s. So my sister thinks music plays every 6 o'clock. My sister thinks music plays every 6 o'clock, right? Let's go on to the third one. Okay, so for the third one, we have Xander, Kaylin, and Nathan blank blank groceries on Sundays. Which pronoun can replace all three of them? Xander, Kaylin, and Nathan. The pronoun they, right? They blank groceries on Sundays. So we will say, if it's they, we do not need to add an s to the verb form. So we will just say, Xander, Kaylin, and Nathan buy groceries on Sunday. So they buy groceries on Sundays. Xander, Kaylin, and Nathan buy groceries on Sundays. So this would be our answer here, because we do not need to add s when we're referring to they. Now let's look at this one. The bus blank to town on Mondays. The bus, which pronoun would we use to replace that? Bus is a thing, so it would be the pronoun it. So for it, we need to add an S to the verb form. So we're going to say the bus comes to town on Mondays. And we have last one here, Juliana and I blank fortnight on Fridays. Juliana and I. How would we replace that if we're talking about a pronoun? We would say we because it includes you, the first person, right? I. We blank fortnight on Fridays. Now I know if we're using I, you, we, or they, we don't need to add an S, and this becomes we. So there's no S. We would put we play Fortnite on Fridays. So we use our pronouns to help us to identify the noun in the sentence, and then we can choose the correct form of the verb. If we're referring to I, you, we, or they, we do not need to add an S to the verb form in the simple present tense. If we're referring to he, she, it, we add an S to the verb form. So on the next slide, you will have some that you need to do. You need to identify and circle the correct verb form in the simple present tense.